Greetings, Leo. Welcome to your Capricorn season reading. Leo, this next month for you is about taking really good care of yourself because the outside world becomes very particular about everything, and how you're perceived from the outside is it becomes the most important thing. And the way that you need to navigate this heightened level of attention is a bit different from your natural way. And many of you have already been leaning into this, but it becomes about being as helpful as possible. Less showy, more helpful. And again, some of you are already leaning into this and you're feeling the ability to move forward and create without any interruption. The Ace of Wands, the Magician, and the Three of Wands. And you're also feeling the financial benefit of tapping into this humility, this ability to have impact outside of being seen, looking good. The sixth house. It's amazing. The High Priestess wants you to stay in the zone. Stay in this zone for the next month, from December 21st to January 19th. Stay in this very humble zone. Every opportunity that comes to you, execute, be as helpful as possible, be as prepared as possible, and deliver. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Which is going to be the challenge in moments because you love to give more. Or even pull back less, just to show people that you are the king, queen of the jungle. That's the challenge of Capricorn season. You have too many eyes on you right now. Too many eyes on you right now. Too many opportunities building up behind the scenes to slip. And I know that feels like pressure, and it is. It is pressure. But wouldn't you rather be aware than to naively navigate these opportunities and slip? You are in a transitional moment with your career, and it's amazing. And everyone expects you to navigate it perfectly. And that feels suffocating, honestly. It feels very suffocating because it's like, goodness gracious, aren't we all just human? Like, wow, like, can't I just be that childlike version of me? And the answer from Capricorn is absolutely not. the lines of investment in you, whether you are always in tune with them or not, are very real. The money that's fueling your life, the time and energy that you spend with influential people, the downtime that you get, and the lifestyle, quality of life that you currently have is all being fueled by someone's investment in you. Even if you're independent artist, entrepreneur, whatever it may be, someone is paying for your lifestyle. That can be suffocating, right? To think about all the time. But at this time, it is the most helpful thing that will keep you in this hermit space of not slipping, not stepping outside of the objectives in these moments to be free. The freedom of Sagittarius season is coming to an end. We had playtime. Playtime is over. People have investments and they want their return on investment in you. That's what they're looking for. It's that serious. It's that direct. But they may not tell you that. They're just looking to check to see if you are aware of the job. And it's okay if you've already had some missteps. This is the moment to get back on track, humble yourself completely, and remember what the job is. Remember what every person who is currently plugged into you is expecting of you, and tighten up. Without destroying your health, this is the moment to do whatever it takes to make sure that every time you are out in the light, your execution is near perfect. And it's like, what do you mean? Like, playtime is over. At least in the way that you've been navigating it. Not because you haven't done a good job. You've done an excellent job. Excellent, excellent, excellent job. But the sun will enter Capricorn on December 21st. The new moon will happen right away on December 30th. We're talking money here. And this is a chance for you to shift out of a childlike space of wanting to be seen and be beautiful and be validated. It's a chance to shift out of that need that you have and into this very adult play of understanding that those very creative qualities that you possess are worth a lot financially. But do you know what they're worth? Do you know the number? Do you know what that energy can produce for you long term, produce for others? Your energy is a product. Your time is money. Everyone around you who has an investment in you is very aware of that. Every word you speak. Are you aware of this? Can you have these conversations? Do you know how to play the game? Or is the game being played on you? Lots of, things that will calm you down, because when you're too free, it's because you're not aware of how strategic the world around you is, and you put yourself at risk of being taken advantage of by the world around you because you're not aware of these things. And Capricorn season makes you very aware very, very quickly. So I think that this is an opportunity to grow up really quickly. It's an opportunity to incorporate everything that you've learned. And it's an opportunity to humbly seek what you've been desiring, because the opportunity to do so is here. The opening to do so is here, but it requires an extremely mature conversation. It requires preparation, forethought, a plan, details, reworking, practice. Growing up, it feels heavy, but once you get there, you realize you wouldn't want to go back to not knowing these things. So pass through this gratefully, knowing that getting to the other side will be fulfilling. Financially, the newness of it will feel like a fresh start. Let's talk about Venus in Pisces on January 2nd. On January 2nd, Venus will shift out of your 7th house of relationships and into your 8th house. Your sexual energy is everything. And you can run away from it, or you can lean into it. You can lean into it to make things the way that you want them to be, or you can run away from it and lose things that need a different version of you. It feels like you're afraid to transform. Or maybe you don't know how. Maybe your pride and your subconscious is keeping you from letting go of who you've been up to this point, because that version of you is just no longer needed anymore. Venus in Pisces is a drop off. You've got to let these things die. You've got to let these energies die in order to inherit what's coming. Let these things drop off and let yourself feel it all. You want to take up more space within your connections and within your work. And that means you have to let go of all of the energies that are currently blocking that ability. Caring about how other people see you, saying things in a way that is to make everybody else feel comfortable, an overinflated exertion of energy. Pull back and say things as rawly as they are, with the rawest version of how you feel about it. It may feel like that will disrupt things, but it will actually solidify things, because the overinflation isn't impactful, especially when Venus enters Pisces. Everyone's tired. They don't have the energy. They just need to know that things are going to move and what they need to do and what you're going to do. That's it. Save yourself the energy. You're tired, but you know what's needed. You just need to do it without the need for everyone else around you to clap. On January 6th, Mars retrograde, currently in your sign, will move backwards into Cancer. Oh no, it feels like, why is this all happening right now? Hold tight. Aquarius season is coming at the end of January. But when Mars moves back into Cancer, woo, nobody cares. Nobody cares. They don't care about what you have to say. They don't care about how you feel. You have to care. Especially if you don't care. If you don't care, they definitely don't care. You've gotta switch up the approach a little bit. There are emotional lines, just like we talked about the lines of investment. There are people who need to feel validated by you. And you might need to create this way for yourself. You are usually able to lean on the influence of your energy itself, the active nature of it, the loud, progressive nature of it to move things. And this is an energy, Mars and Cancer, that is completely, you're blind to this energy. You're blind to what's needed here. That is not going to work. But you don't have to, again, coming back into this energy of overinflating, you have to connect in a new way, care in a new way. That might take much more energy than you feel like you have to give, but it has to be done. And it has to be authentic. So figure out what parts of this work situation especially that you hate. What parts of this home and love situation that you absolutely hate, and acknowledge it. Because chances are people can relate to that. A lot of people can relate to that. Instead of feeling like the odd one out when Mars shifts out of your sign and back into Cancer in retrograde, instead of making yourself the odd one out because this energy is weird as hell, it makes no sense to you how can you not be all in and be doing, if I can't be all in, I can't do it. But you have to learn from this energy, and it means that it's okay to feel a little apathy about what's going on, because you're not the only one who feels it. Express a little apathy, it'll help. But also, you've got to keep moving. It's both at the same time. It's a mix of both with no explanation as to why, but the instinct of when to allow a little shade and a lot of light. You can do it. It's of benefit to you to not be performing. Mercury will enter Capricorn on January 8th. You want to lean into what's been done before. That trailblazing path comes to a screeching halt. Not because you're not allowed, not because you shouldn't be a trailblazer and keep pushing for the vision. But sometimes with your energy, it can feel like too much. You're asking for too much, you're doing too much, you feel like you're above it all or above others, whatever people feel, because you have a lot of confidence and you have a lot to express. When Mercury enters Capricorn on January 8th, you want to lean into the very traditional structures of how things work and why they work, and remember that you're not ahead of anyone. Everyone's on the same playing field. Even if there's a part of your pride that doesn't believe that, because you tell yourself differently, because that's where the pride comes from, right? But during this transit, you really need to pull back that pride and lean into everyone being on the same playing field. Connect with people in that way, work in that way, speak in that way, move in that way. Not only will it ensure your money is secured, but it will protect you. If you play outside of the structures, those structures can't protect you. They have no power out there, only you. So you have to have the power to play, and you have to have the power to protect yourself. But the structures, whether they want to protect you or not, they're built to. They have to. It's what keeps the world moving. Don't try to jump outside of those structures. Stay within them. Play into them. Lean into them. Leverage the power of them. Because no matter what, this energy is coming, the Five of Swords and the Three of Swords. So if you play into the structures, it keeps you from having to defend yourself, protect yourself, fight against people. No. When you move, you make decisions, you push forward. Anyone who wants to slow your progress will realize that they're fighting against something much bigger than you that they have no power over. They'll also realize they got to take this to the powers that be, not you. And that's the danger. When you make it about you, people love to tear that down. Make it about the structures, the powers that be, this is how we do things. Lean into that. On January 13th, you have a full moon in your 12th house in Cancer. Don't be too strong for it all. Allow yourself to be just as confused as everyone else. Nobody can relate to the one who's just got it all figured out. Let go of this expectation and this need to have it all figured out. The most appealing of people can be strong and in control and clear while also being a human being. If you let yourself be a human being, this full moon will be less confusing. If you let yourself be a human being, you can work together besides other confused people. If you don't let yourself be a human being, people will talk about you behind your back because they think you are perfect. Be the catch-all, because you really can relate. You're not above anyone. You don't have anything figured out that other people don't have figured out. You're all trying to figure it out. Focus on being connected and not using a moment where everyone is deeply vulnerable to try to get ahead in some way. Use this time to let go of a version of you that you created to get to this point of success. If you spend a little time reflecting, spend a little time in the shower, spend a little time on a walk, you'll see that that character is no longer needed. And it can be freeing to let them go. The ego, the protective shadow, it can be freeing to let that go. You are safe. You know what you know and you don't have to flex it. You've gained experiences and you don't have to flex it. You've gained wealth and you don't have to flex it. You've gained love and you don't have to flex it. What an amazing place to be, influential without having to scream, hey, I'm the influential one, I did it. It's most attractive when you relax into your influence without saying a word. This abundance that people just see. It's a healing moon for you. It's a healing full moon because you can just work now without, without all the noise. You understand the journey, and people understand you, the fact that you've been on a journey, and the compassion that you've had for them while they've navigated their own journey is the same compassion they will channel for you as they see you come to these realizations about your own self, your own shadow, and you make these changes within yourself, because that's the work of life. It's not just about the work, it's about growing, and your community, your people will love you for this reason that you are human. Your path in life is one that you are here to experience, and each person you come in contact with is just here to walk along the path with you, just like you've done for them. You forgive yourself, you forgive everybody. Everybody forgives you. And with that peace and the awareness of the abundance that you've been blessed with, you can work peacefully, hard, in whichever way becomes super clear to you. It's nice when you can just build and feel the sun shine down on you without you having to control anything at all. And then the sun will enter Aquarius on January 19th. And people who want to connect with you realize they've got to pay you. They've got to bring something to the table. You've got a lot on your plate. And that's what you wanted. You want to be there for the world, but you also understand that it's gotta be worth something to you. It's gotta add to desires that you have, just like you will do for people naturally. So the pride is used in the healthiest of ways. It's not overinflated, it's not forced, it's not asking for too much, it's just right. It's exactly the truth. It's exactly what's expected. And anyone who tries to penetrate that bulletproof path will find themselves missing out, isolated, hurt. Not because you want to hurt, but because you're done with the transition. You have transitioned. You are there. You are the one. And so are they. You just can't be around them if they don't want to meet you at that level of influence. If they want to make you think that you don't have that level of influence, you have no time, energy, or interest in explaining to anyone who you are. You don't have the energy to explain to them who they are so that you can explain to them who you are. It's that version of you is gone. You don't want these games. You only want your life to reflect the work that you've done, the insane amount of work that you've done, and the love and the friendships and the connections will come easily to you because they see the work and they're not here to play games. Don't let people play games. They want to play games. Don't You go have a good time. You go enjoy what you've built with people that you trust. And as you enjoy, you'll pick up people, connections along the way who you have to explain nothing to. They just get it. These people are playing with your power. I'll talk to you in your season of relationships and Aquarius season. I love you, Leo. You can schedule private and birth chart readings with me through the link in the description, and the Capricorn season playlist Height is out now on Apple Music. Link is also in the description. See you in a month. Bye.